Hi, welcome all of you. So today once again I welcome you all in this IICS video series. So after a long time I am recording this video session for all of you, and today I have started the video series on the possible errors and its solution during the development of IICS jobs, or whether you are working in the development phase or in the migration or in the enhancement of jobs related with the Informatica cloud. So during my previous projects, whatever errors I have faced and whatever its possible solutions are there, so that I will be sharing with all of you during this video series. So most probably the kind of common error which we used to face during the development of Informatica cloud jobs, or when you are working with the Informatica cloud, so that error is like I have mentioned here. Okay, you can see that sometimes you get the error that particular mapping task is incompatible with the deploy version of mapping, and uh, the particular error also gives you the idea of what exactly you need to do to resolve this issue. Okay, so same error I have mentioned here, like this mapping task is incompatible with the deployed version of mapping. So you need to edit the task and provide all valid values for all the parameters. Okay, so what can be the reason for this? First we will see that, and first I will explain you theoretically, and then also I will demonstrate you practically also how we can deal with this kind of error. So this kind of error message you will get when you add some parameter in your mapping, but you forget to reselect your mapping in the your mapping configuration task or in the session, and you directly run the session. That time you will definitely get this kind of errors. So this screenshot I have taken from the practical demo session, okay, where you can see the error message which I earlier shown you. Okay, so now so this you are clear about this kind of error. Okay, let's see the reason behind this error. Okay, so why this error can occur here in simple language I have mentioned. So this issue occurs when underlying mapping was updated and changes were not deployed to the mapping configuration task or session. So simply means what? In your mapping you have added some parameter. Okay, for example, you have parameterized the connection in your mapping, but after adding the parameter in your mapping you have not reselected that mapping in the session, and you have not given the value of that parameter in the session. In short, you have not refreshed your mapping properly after making the changes your mapping. Okay, so that time this kind of error can occur. Okay, so the reason just I mention you, whenever you make some changes in your mapping, so always follow the standard rule that you should reselect your mapping in your session or mapping configuration task and give the proper values of parameter when you are reselecting or refreshing your mapping within a session. So how to reselect and refresh this, that I will show you, but this is the reason. Okay, uh, because of that you will get the error like mapping task is incompatible with the deployed version of mapping. Okay, so what happen, whenever you make some changes in the mapping, the version of that mapping get changed as compared with the previous version of your mapping. So session doesn't get the right version of mapping. Okay, when you are running the mapping after making some changes in the mapping. Okay, so if the session doesn't get the current version of your mapping, these errors occurs. Okay, so whenever you make changes, the version of mapping get changed, and after making the changes, when next time you run the session without reselecting, the session doesn't get the current version of mapping, and this errors occurs. Okay, So this is the most probable reason that after whenever you are making changes in the mapping, for example when you are adding some parameters and you don't after adding some parameters you forget to reselect that mapping in the session. Okay, so what can be the possible solution for this? So these are some possible solutions, step by step I have mentioned. So first you need to go to your mapping and validate the mapping properly. Then deploy the changes to the mapping configuration task once mapping validated successfully. Means reselect your mapping in your session. If you have added some parameters in the mapping, so give the values of that parameter while you are reselecting the mapping in the session properly. Third, update the mapping configuration task with the required parameter just I told you. Okay, so if some parameters you have added, for example you have parameterized the connection, so when you are reselecting the mapping in the session, give the value of that parameterized connection in the session and rerun the mapping configuration task, then your problem will get resolved. Okay, so these are the simple steps you have to follow. So let me just show you the demo. Okay, so this is the simple mapping I have developed. This is the source. In the source, simply I have selected one Oracle database table. Okay, this is the expression. In the expression, just for the sake of some change, I have just added one expression and uh, one function I have added to make the uppercase for column area. It will make all the words or whatever the area column is there in the uppercase format. And filter, just simply I have made it as for true, so that all the data will get passed. Just for the sake of understanding, I have just made the changes. And this is the target. Okay, so here you can see source I have parameterize. Okay, parameterize connection. Then target I have not parameterized the connection. This is the hardcode connection, as it is I have used. Okay, and for this is my mapping configuration task. Okay, I will simply open it first. So here you can see, after opening it, first time I will simply run it. Now will not see any kind of error. Okay, so after this I will make some changes in the mapping and I will show you how the error can occur. This kind of incompatible mapping error can occur. Okay, so now you can see our mapping is not having any kind of error for this first demo. Okay, now after this I will make some changes so that this error will occur and all of you will get what exactly this incompatible mapping means. Okay, so this is running. So by the time it is running, I will show you the reason once again and accordingly will make change. So I told you the reason can what this issue occur when the particular underlying mapping was updated and changes were not deployed to the mapping configuration task. So we'll update this underlying mapping related with this session. Okay, so this session has run successfully. Okay, now you have to understand this issue, incompatible mapping. I will making some changes in the mapping itself. Okay, okay, so in order to clarify how this error can occur, I have created one input parameter for target connection here. So I have given the name to the connection parameter as a TGT. Okay, so now in current state of mapping we have hard coded connection, so I will make it as a parameter and I will save this mapping. Okay, I have saved the mapping, I have validated the mapping, but I am not going to reselect this mapping in my session. So this is my session. Okay, so I will just restart my session here. Okay, and we'll see what happens. So as soon as I restarted my session, I got my session in the failure state, and the kind of error what we are getting here, this mapping task is incompatible with the deployer version of mapping. Edit the task and provide the values of all parameters. So why we are getting this error? Because I have made changes in my mapping. I have changed the connection from hard-coded connection to the parameterized connection, but I didn't reselect this mapping in my this session. Okay, and because of that we got this error here. Okay, so we'll apply our possible steps here. What are the possible steps are here? So go to the mapping and validate it. Deploy the changes to the mapping configuration task, means reselect your mapping in your MCT or session, update your session, and then rerun the session. Okay, so while we are reselecting the mapping, we'll select the particular parameter and its value. Okay, for what we have made changes in the mapping. So let's apply the solution. So I'm opening my session. So you can see my session is already in the invalid format because of these changes I have made here, but I have not reselected my mapping in the session. So I will edit it. Okay, now you can see here there is a one error you can see. Okay, so just select this mapping from particular location. Okay, then go to the source is okay. We can see the particular hard-coded connection. Go to the target. Now target, you can see in the target we made changes in the mapping. Okay, we instead of giving the hard-coded connection there, we give the parameterized connection. Now here we have to give the value of that parameterized connection, and its value is target DB oracle. Target DB oracle. Okay, as soon as you give this value after reselecting the mapping, just revalidate this and your error will be there will be no error. Okay, and just next and save it and run it. Now our MCT or session should run properly, Okay, so it in the starting state. Okay, so it has started running now. You can open the instance and see the what is the status of our session. So this is all about this incompatible mapping error. What is the reason behind that, and what is the particular solution stepwise I have explained you. So in the further videos also I'll continue with the same other different kind of errors and possible solution. So if you are working in the IICS platform and you want to know more about different kind of errors and or the errors which you are currently facing, and you want some videos or explanation on that, please free to comment in the comment section. I will definitely make the videos on this, and we can collaboratively we can share the knowledge with each other. Okay, thanks for watching. Thank you all of you.